So, hello everybody, welcome back to Law Hero. And my hair is a bit mad as usual. I think you're all very much used to my crazy hair, don't you? But anyway, doesn't really matter about my hair because this video is about Milkrounds and training applications. I kind of do a video, well I did one this time last year, so you can check those under my trainee playlist. But today I actually just wanted to speak a little bit off the cuff. I haven't really prepared anything, but actually it's more kind of like a mounting thoughts I've been having, because I've had so many people send me CVs and cover letter as part of Milkround Mastery, which is a product I offer on my website. And I have just some kind of general feedback which everybody can take on board, considering what I've reviewed, and also as well my own experience about applying for jobs and kind of, interviews where there's rounds. Okay? So the first thing to bear in mind is that a CV is the very first impression potential employer is going to get of you, and like it or not, it's literally black and white. And that's why I always say add a splash of colour by putting in a colour photo of you. It should be a professional photo. Now I know some of you are going to be like, I don't want to go and get a photo. Listen to me, okay? Listen, honey boo boo. Go into town or wherever your local town is and go to a photography studio and ask them for a headshot. They will know what that is, a professional headshot. I am not joking you, it'll cost you around 25 or 30 euro. I've had it done myself multiple times. And use that damn picture for the next 10 years. Use it for your CV. If you ever write an article, like I think you all know my professional picture. You've seen it all many times. It's on my website, it's on my CV, it's everywhere, but it's consistent, okay? And it's a little touch that really makes a big impression. Like if a trainee was to send me a CV with a picture, and I know this is all very superficial, but you have to understand we are superficial beings. Like we're not all going to be like, well, the first thing I'm going to look at is to see what their college results are. Come on, we're looking for a bit of personality. What I'm trying to say is you don't know who's going to be looking at this CV. You don't know if it's somebody who's quite emotional and sappy like me, but also wants to see like high results from the very start, because then I know that you've been a hard worker from the start. Or somebody who is just real kind of black and white. You don't know who is going to see it, so your best chance is to cover all bases. So I have put up the picture I use on the screen, and yeah, it's a small thing, but it makes a really big difference. And it also makes you bond. Like, this is the other weird thing about a picture. A lot of people don't like to use pictures because they're like, oh, I'm subjecting myself, I'm just a body, I'm just a face. No. It means you're a human. You're not a robot. You're not trainee R2D2. You are like a vibrant person. We could put a face to the CV, and it's a bonding mechanism. You're triggering something in the person. You're putting a name to a face. I think it's important. I tell all my trainees, put in a damn picture. Some of them disagree with me. I'm like, okay, you're paying for the advice. I'm advising you to put in a picture. For a dough, okay, we don't want to know intricate details about you. I don't need to know your gender, your age, your race, your sex, your sexual orientation, your marital status, your religious leanings, or if you're a member of the travelling community. I don't need to know that, nor should I know that, because it has no bearing on my decision, okay? So keep it simple, stupid. KISS. Your name, your email, your phone number. Don't put down your address. An address is your address is a massive indication of socioeconomic background. Most people don't realize that. You do not want to give anyone a chance to discriminate. Okay? Unfortunately, and I know a lot of you don't want to hear this, some people are discriminated on by where they come from. If that person who's reading your CV has something called an unconscious bias, a lot of people are using this word unconsciously when they see, let's think, Rathkeale, County Limerick. They might think, wait a second, Rathkeale, isn't that where all the travellers are? There's also settled people in Rathkeale, but that's not even the point. Whether or not you're a traveller from Rathkeale, or whether you're not a traveller from Rathkeale, it doesn't matter. You're a person applying for a job. A job is based on competency, okay? So do not give them any peppering of who you are, where you come from, except for your work experience, and they'll be able to tell what part of the country you come from your work experience. Although, in my case, actually no, you wouldn't be able to tell where I'm from. If you come to me for Milkround Mastery, simplicity is key. Like, cover letter, when I review a cover letter, which is the sauce, the hot sauce to your CV, I will make sure that that packs a punch, but again, it'll stay to 1A4. Same with the CV, the CV will be 2A4. That's just how I roll, but we get a lot into those 2A4 on a CV and 1A4 for a cover letter because we keep it simple, stupid. These people are busy, they don't have time to read your rambling sentences, and fair enough, you went to the effort of doing it, but you're not going to get rewarded for it. This is the real world, and that's why I offer the service, because there's such a gap between what people think is required for them when making an application and what's actually expected of them. Formatting, grammar, punctuation, syntax. If you don't know what any of those things are, you best go and educate yourself, okay? Unfortunately, if you're not consistent in your full stops, in your commas, in your font, in your font size, in your font style, in your margining, in your tabbing, in your spacing, in your word structure, in your verb use, whether passive, active, past or present, you're going to come off not the way you want to. Your results don't speak for themselves, unfortunately. This is the 21st century. Just because you have a first class honours doesn't give you a golden ticket into Willy Wonka's factory. You really, really need to hone in on the finer detail. And I've told you all a million times, I had to learn that the really, really hard way. And that's why I serve as a backstop to my trainees who come to me for Milkround Mastery. I always compliment them in the first instance, because it takes courage to share your CV with a stranger like me and have me go, well, here, come on. Like, and I do give out to them, but it's like because I really, really want them to do well. And the thing is, a lot of the people who are coming to me, they are superstars. They have so much experience, or they have very, very good results, but it's just the final polish is the issue. It just doesn't come off well for some reason. It's like the spin on it. It's like when you spin something, it's just not spinning correctly for them, and they're just not landing that call to interview, and they cannot understand why. Now, the other thing as well is when they get called to interview, their own personality and their manner and all of that, that is a completely different issue. I do prepare people for that, but we're speaking specifically on CV and cover letter, which is the non-face-to-face impression. CV is on point, your cover letter is on point. You speak to the HR manager, you go for the interview, and you meet your potential boss, or you meet your potential co-workers, and you just don't click, okay? This can happen either that you're too shy and too inexperienced, or you're too experienced and you're too confident, or you are very similar to one of those other people and you don't complement the team, as in there's no yin to the yang. You are just never going to fit in there, and you there is nothing you can do about that. You are who you are. There is a space for everybody in this industry, but sometimes you will just not fit in because of who you are. And listen, all of you, right? I have been rejected from so many jobs because people outrightly told me, we don't like your personality. And I have to say I was very, very hurt initially when I was younger and people said like, oh, like you're not going to fit in here, like your personality is a bit not what we're looking for. It really, really hurts, especially if you're a very emotional, sensitive person. But what you need to understand is that it's better that they said no now than to deal with co-workers who don't like you for who you are. Like in my current job, for example, my co-workers love my personality and I love their personalities, and we all complement each other because some of my colleagues are, you know, a bit quieter, or they'll push on some things and I'll push on some things and I won't push on other things. We just gel extremely well as a group. And there's also like different ages, different perspective, different nationalities, and we just work as a group. And that just, the interviews, like when I was going for my interview in the job I'm currently in, like we discussed nutrition and health as part of being an all-around worker, and we was like we were buds already. Whereas I've been to other interviews and it's been like, we see on your CV, you just came back from Germany. How are we supposed to know that you're not going to go back to Germany? And I'm just like, okay, these are not nice people. Or when they ask, do you believe you're the best person here? No, I never thought about that. I was just kind of desperate for a job. Keep it as bare as possible, but pack a punch in those. So what I always do is have an introduction paragraph, keep it short, 3 lines, 3 points in the middle, end, bam, over. Yours faithfully. You don't know the damn person, so do not say yours sincerely. The amount of trainees have come to me with yours sincerely, I'll actually kill you. Don't do that. Okay, if you I'm not a bulldog, but I will fight for you. Okay. Anyway, if you want some Milkround mastery, come to my website, lawhero.eu/milkrounds, and I will help you out there. The season is upon us. There are less traineeships, but that means you got to be more of a fighter than ever. Please contact me, info@lawhero.eu, if you want more information. Follow me on Instagram @lawheroirl. Continue to like and subscribe. I'm very grateful for all of you, and I'm so happy we're sharing this knowledge.